Hey guys, it's Josh Norbido here. Thank you for checking out this week's vlog. This week I am reacting to my own Australia's Got Talent semi-final performance. But first, let's get to the intro. Alright, welcome back. So, you've seen the last video, you've seen my response to the behind the scenes of the audition process. Now, I want to react to my Australia's Got Talent semi-final performance. The two differences is that the audition is just all you, and you go and do the act and then they edit it and it all comes out. Whereas the semi-final is more of a collaboration with the show, and they help with the production, they help with ideas, they actually do a lot of rehearsals with you and things like that to make it as good as it can be. So again, when I watched this, I noticed a lot of things that were going on in my mind. Really wanted to share it with you because I think it's interesting to hear like behind the scenes, or like what is going on in the performer's mind. At least I do. So this is what happened. So let's go ahead and watch my semi-final performance on Australia's Got Talent. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the link below because I am going to keep the volume down on this so you can hear me and I don't get copyrighted and stuff like that. But here we go.
It's so good to be back with you tonight, and I've brought with me one of my favorite puzzles, the Rubik's Cube. Now, at first glance, this can seem pretty impossible to solve.
They are impossible.
Time and dedication, anything is possible.
So I wish I did that faster. It looked slower than what I remembered it feeling. But
the more you know about a Rubik's Cube, the more impressive it becomes. So what I want to start tonight is to actually teach you a way that you can solve your own Rubik's Cube at home. It's so easy, anyone can do it. Hi guys, you look great. Hi Nicole, how are you? Good.
So that moment right there seemed a little flat to me when I watched it. And it wasn't until I realized that, because I didn't actually do this routine in one go. This was actually done in 2 takes. Because the camera's actually missed 2 small moments, close-up moments where my hand's just grabbing one of the cubes and like when I hand the cube to Nicole. So what you're seeing now is actually when they brought me out again to the live audience just to reshoot these 2 little bits. So the second time here, I actually thought they were only going to show me handing the cube to Nicole or just showing her mixing it. So I didn't go full bull into like, hey judges, it's so great to see you again, it's been so long, because that's what I did on the first time. But this time I just kind of plowed through that because silly me thought I was just going to be used for the part that they talked about reshooting. But so silly, but that's why I watched that and I'm like, oh, you just sound so flat, like you don't want to be there, but that's why.
Hey Josh, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. Could I get your help?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you this Rubik's Cube. Can you go ahead and mix it up as much as you want? That way, step 1 is it must be mixed by someone else. So go ahead. Just don't change the order of the colors. Now,
Such a cheesy line, but I hadn't seen it been used for cubes before, so I thought I'd use it.
Not that.
They made me reshoot that bit as well, but they didn't use the reshot bit. Strange.
Smallest but still functioning Rubik's Cube. It's amazing you can keep it as a kid.
I actually found this cube in New York, and I was like, yeah, I should use it.
You can hardly even see it. So, step number 2 is you must have a bag of mystery.
Oh, the bag of mystery.
Right?
That was a really scary moment because the bag of mystery, like my routine consists of 1 cube and 1 bag, and the bag had to be placed there, you know, before I go on, and I really hold close like my props and stuff. So to let one of the producers go out and put it side stage for me was really nerve-wracking, and we rehearsed with this same producer taking it out on stage every time, and I was assured it would be the same producer on the night. And then I get side stage for the real performance, and it was a different lady that came up, and she's like, yeah, I'll take your bag. And I'm like, don't move this bag like out of its place from where it's already in, or like the whole thing won't. Anyway, so I was like, in that moment I was like super stressed. I was like, oh my god, someone else is going to do it, they don't know what they're doing, because I know like I want the bag to be facing this way, so it's just really easy to put the other cube in, and I don't want things to get like shuffled around, things like that. Anyway, scary stuff for a magician. Here we go.
Nicole, are you happy with your mix?
Oh my gosh. Yes. I want to mix it up like hardcore.
Great.
There, I'm happy.
How long is my set? 5 minutes?
Sorry. Okay.
No,
is that
that's
it?
great. So, ladies and gentlemen, Nicole's latest mix.
That's
Amazing.
Thanks to Christopher Wayne for coming up with that joke.
waited 10 years for it.
So, you have your bag of mystery. Next, what you do is you take your cube, you put it inside the bag of mystery, you give it a magical wave and a snap, and then you reveal to your friends a newly solved cube. Now that was a pity clap, but I'll take it. Thank you.
I'm so glad they included that
Obviously, when you do
pity
this
clap
at home,
moment.
You do not let them see what else is in the bag, because obviously if they do that, they're going to see the originally mixed cube. Okay? Why are you clapping at that? I'll take it.
It's so funny because they had a audience cuer there that was like cueing them when to applaud and when not to applaud. And the audience is so used to knowing like when to applaud at certain things that they just applauded at that moment where I revealed that like what I did wasn't a trick. So I like taking advantage of those moments, like when an audience doesn't applaud at something they should, or when they're not impressed at something they should be, or when they're impressed at, in this case, at something that they shouldn't be impressed at. So I just threw that line out there. I was like, why are you applauding at that? And again, I'm really glad they kept it in, because it's like, that's my character. That's what I like going for. So well done on their part.
But stay with me here. What makes Rubik's Cube so fascinating is the amount of different patterns that a cube can be mixed into. The actual number of different patterns you can mix these into is over 43 quintillion.
It's actually really,
patterns.
it's a really big number.
So to put that into perspective, that is more than the number of people that want to marry Manu.
I just thought I'd take it in a comedy angle rather than the literal explanation of how big the number is.
If I can remember this pattern, I found a way to use sound to remember what moves are required to solve a cube.
Sorry, just dropped you there for a second. Let me just bring this back up. Let's continue.
So if I can do that, I should be able to solve it without even being able to see. So I'm going to blindfold myself, and by the end we should have 2 identical cubes.
No way.
Here we go.
So this here, I really am blindfolded. And you know, even though I practiced this many, many times, it's still super nerve-wracking because you don't know, like if you feel any wrong movement or the cube gets jarred, then you just freak out. But
Another mixed cube.
luckily this went the way I wanted it to go, straight up. Again, why are they applauding it, saying that I mixed up the wrong cube? Audiences are so funny on these shows.
2 identical cubes. And out of the 43 quintillion ways you could have mixed this cube, what are the odds?
Oh
If
my
you look at this side, we have white, green, blue, green, yellow, red, orange, yellow, and blue. A perfect match. But let's look at the next side. The next side is also a perfect match. The third side, fourth, fifth, and sixth are all...
And we get a perfect matching cube. I mean, this plot is not new in the world of magic. Like if you look, like cube magic is new, but other people have done cube matching effects. And a few magicians put in comments like that routine has been done before, and of course it has been done before, but for me it's all about bringing my own flavor into routines. So I felt like doing beatboxing, being blindfolded, doing it one-handed, really sort of added in my own flavor for this type of routine. But you know, luckily it got a great response.
Like that before, and I don't think that was a trick, and that was amazing. I'm just like, seriously, hot Josh, kudos. You and your even hotter girlfriend are winning right now.
My girlfriend loves Nicole, so that was really cool. And also right there, that was actually my dad that you saw whistling. He has a blue mohawk. He's freaking awesome. And next to him was my girlfriend. You can't really see them because it's kind of dim lit, but that's them.
Everybody else tried to find a way to understand how you did it. This is impossible to find out. And if you're going to make it to the grand final, I want to be the assistant.
So we did have a plan for him to be the assistant if I made it into the finals.
Please do us all a favour, and despite your beautiful girlfriend's comments, please don't become an ordinary person. That was a fantastic match.
What he's referring to is in the backstory before I go on, they got my girlfriend and I to have this conversation in a coffee shop where she was pretty brutal on like, what if you don't make it? Well, you have to get a real job. But all that stuff's just for TV, you know. This guy's a pro at judging. He gave the best feedback to the acts, like actual feedback, constructive feedback.
But I was watching your hands, and you could be a surgeon with the calmness. You were amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
He was great. Tom was great. The reason why I had my hand like that is because they asked me a question like, do you think you've done enough to get through? And I was like, well, I can do this to get through. And I was like, you know, it was like a joke in the moment, but I edited it just to show that I just liked having my hand up there, which is a little weird. And then, yeah, that was the end of the performance. So, yeah, I mean, again, like, I'm so thankful that all the judges gave me really great feedback. They edited it to, you know, in the best light. Like, everything you see is what happened. There's nothing that they cut out to make it look more fooling or anything like that. But they did have to reshoot a few close-up moments that they missed, even though we rehearsed it for a full day. So all in all, really great experience being a part of AGT. You know, I wish all the best to my friends that are going into the finals. And, you know, from here, like, this is amazing. Now, like, so many opportunities are starting to come in for other overseas shows. And, you know, it just helps with getting work now that you can show these kind of clips in your profile and your media section of your site and that kind of thing. So, you know, this has been a really amazing experience. However, one funny thing that comes from doing these videos is the comments that start to come in from the public, because the public don't know you. And so for my next video that is keeping along with this kind of line, I'm going to be responding to some of the interesting comments that people put up there. So look out for that. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See ya.